Hello, everybody. My name is Fearless, and yes, you read that title correctly. I am becoming a killer main. I'm not quite there fully yet, but every match of Survivor that I play makes me want to go play killer every single time now. And we're going to go exactly into why. This is going to be a pretty short video. I just want to show you this one match that I played today. And I could show you more. I could show you 20 matches, but I should really only show one because they're all pretty much the exact same. They're all identical. And it's kind of just ridiculous to me that solo queue is this fucking bad. It's awful. It's absolutely horrendous. So, this is like maybe my 27th, let's just say 27th match of the night as Survivor. And I got the same lousy, pathetic solo queue teammates that I always get. You know, they go down in 3 seconds. Their longest chase is probably a little under 30 seconds. Those type of teammates. And at least they didn't give up on Hook. I'll give that to them. Let's just watch. It is literally only 1 minute and 45 seconds because, that's pretty much how long the match was. Like, the full match was probably 2 minutes. So I just trimmed it down and showed you the parts that really make me want to become a killer main. And everyone calls me a killer main already because of the takes that I have. Like, tunneling isn't toxic. Oh, you're a killer main because you said that. A lot of people have told me that. I tell them that tunneling, hitting on Hook, isn't toxic. They're like, yeah, you're a killer main. I'm like, I'm really not, but, I mean, go off, King. Anyways, let's just watch it. And yes, I'll be pointing out literally everything that I have. Sorry if it's lagging. Every problem that I have, I'll show you. Alright, let's see how long this guy's first chase was. Okay, so that guy's very first chase was 6 seconds. Wow. And I will say, we're going against Chucky, which on my tier list, I would probably put him S tier. His cooldown is only 10 seconds. His power is only 16, but if you actually know how to play Chucky, you don't really use his power for stealth. You hit someone with an M1, go into your power, and then immediately double tap him. It's that easy. You don't use his stealth at all. And I just want to point out, this Chucky was barely using his ability the entire game. He used it like maybe 3 times, at least when I saw him. So I don't know how the hell I don't know how these people go down this quickly. But let's just keep watching, shall we? You might be thinking, oh, maybe it gets better. Maybe you'll see. Oh yeah, and this is just another annoyance. Pain Res popped on this gen 3 times in a row, probably within the span of 30 seconds. Because again, my teammates can't loop for shit, so they go down in 2 seconds. Then the Pain Res. Another 3 seconds, pain res. 10 seconds, pain res. And you can probably imagine I was the only one that wasn't hooked the whole match. In fact, I wasn't even hit the whole match until the very end. He used Noed on me, and then he moried me. I believe it was Noed. I don't know. But, yeah. Wasn't hooked the whole game. And to be fair, he wasn't really chasing me, but at the same time, I didn't get chased because I was actually doing well hiding. And it's not like I was hiding the whole game with distortion or anything. I was doing this gen, like the whole match. I was sitting on this one gen, trying to get it done. But my teammates were so bad. Pain Res kept going off so many times. And then he had Grim Embrace on top of that. I didn't show that, but I'm pretty sure he had a Grim Embrace. He had something to block the gens after hooking. Might have been Dead Man Switch, but I'm pretty sure it was Grim Embrace. Yeah. I'm just going to show you the gen blowing up constantly. And you know what? I am a Survivor main, and I do... Well, I'm going to be a killer main soon, but probably. Unless they decide to fix solo queue, which they probably won't do. They never will. They're adding activity HUD improvements next month. Hopefully, that makes it a little more bearable, but it's just really hard. And if you know me, you know I say this game is Survivor-sided, but I never really elaborate on that. I think the game is Survivor-sided when you're in a Swift of 3 people or 4. If you have a 2-man Swift, it's still killer-sided. But yes, a majority of the time I play the game, it is usually Survivor-sided. Unless I'm playing as the Survivor. Now, if I'm in a Swift, like I said, if I'm in a Swift for 3 or 4, we're winning every time, almost every time. Our win rate Our win rate is probably 80+% when we're a 4-man Swift. 3-man Swift, I'd probably say our win rate's 50%. When we're a 2-man Swift, our win rate is probably 20%. I'm not gonna lie. And when I'm in solo queue, my win rate is probably 2%, probably less, because my teammates. It's never even the killer's fault. A lot of survivors just immediately, like, if you're playing solo queue, a lot of you probably immediately just jump and blame the killer. It's 99% of the time, it's not the killer's fault. It's the teammates. I mean, look at this. We're at 4 gens. These guys go down in 6 seconds. It's just like, what am I supposed to do? You know, I can't do anything to help. I try to unhook them. It doesn't matter because they go down in 2 seconds. Like, I could show you guys 10 different matches, and they would all look exactly like this. They would all be the same. And that's not even 10 matches over the course of a month or anything. That's 10 matches in a row on the same day. But yeah, let's just keep watching this pain res go off. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Look, I literally just hid behind a rock to avoid him. That's all they had to do. My teammates are so bad. Alright, okay, here. Let's see how long this chase is. Now, let's skip forward a little bit. I will say, this guy actually lasted a decent amount of time. 20 seconds. But, is 20 seconds really that long in this game? It's really not. If you want a decent chase, I would probably say 1 minute or higher is average. If you're under a minute in your chases, I would call you very bad at the game. A majority of my chases are usually 1:30 or higher. If it's under a minute, it's usually because of bad RNG. But we're on a survivor-sided map. The Killer Shack pallet is still up. The cow tree pallet is down, but he didn't break it. And there's just so many God windows on this map. I don't know how you can go down in 20 seconds. I'm sorry. Maybe this killer has some ungodly powers that I just didn't see because he never chased me, but I highly doubt it. I think these guys are just bad. Oh, yes. And out of these 3 people, who do you think is the Prestige 100? Because, yes, one of them is Prestige 100. I know. It's going to be pretty hard to tell, but don't worry. You'll see it at the end. We have 30 seconds left in this clip. Healing. Let's see how long. Oh, wow. So, yeah, you can probably imagine why I didn't put a timer over that one. It was less than a second. I'm not kidding. It was like almost exactly half of a second. That's embarrassing. I get that you're injured, but he's right there. He's literally right there. You know he's there. If he's that close to you, you can hear us laughing. So how are we going down in half a second? I really don't know. Oh, but you'll never guess how long the next chase is. Well, at least he made it to a second, I think. That might have been less than a second still. But the other guy's was literally half of a second, so I don't know. And at this point, I was like, should I even save? I still saved because I'm actually a good teammate. A lot of solo queue survivors would just leave me if I was the one on the hook or one of the people on the ground. So yeah, I got the Claudette off the hook. He hooked the Claudette and picked the other guy up. When he picked the other guy up, I unhooked the Claudette. She immediately got on the gen that I've been on the whole game, and she wasn't helping with. She finally got on it when he's literally hooking the other guy next to the gen. So I just leave. You'll never guess how long his next chase is, by the way. 1, 2, oh, about a second and a half, maybe. Maybe probably less. Yeah. And that's the whole match, pretty much. Notice how I wasn't hooked at all. And it's like, he saw me a couple times. He just didn't chase me. Either way, yeah, I got more hit, as you can see. I don't know how that guy got more blood points than me. I'm not going to lie. He probably went into the void or whatever. I didn't do that. I was trying to do the gen the whole time, so yeah. And yeah. Grim Embrace, perfectly fine. Pain Res, perfectly fine. Noed, No Way Out, perfectly fine. Like, I don't care if killers run strong things. That's what they have to do. It's a 4v1. The killer needs to have some sort of advantage. But, like, all that stuff doesn't make me mad. Like, you can use pain res 14 times on one gen. I don't care. My teammates are what I do care about. Because what is this? What is this? And so, yes, the Claudette, the first person that died in that match, was Prestige 100. And if you've watched my streams before, I've said this multiple times. I don't think Prestige matters at all. So why do they hide it in the lobby? I don't know. If I see 4 P100s and I'm a Bubba or something, I'm not going to be scared. I'm going to be excited because I know they're going to be dog shit. I feel like, and I know saying this might just make me sound like a pretentious douchebag and my ego's super big or something, but I think I'm the only good P100 I've ever seen. Now, I've seen P100s like Spook and Jukes, P100 with Bubba, he's actually really good. And usually when I see Prestige 100 that's a killer, they're good. If I see P100 the Survivor, they're ass. Except for me, again. And I'm sorry if I'm coming off as an asshole with a big ego. But I'm sorry, I'm like the only good P100 I've ever seen. There was this one P100 Steve on Toba Landing that was actually good at the game. He knew how to play the game. But other than that, I don't think I've ever seen a P100 in my matches that was actually good. But yes, this Claudette down here, the very first person that died, P100. You have a purple flashlight with 2 very good add-ons. Iron Will make it, Bond, and We're Gonna Live Forever. Now, We're Gonna Live Forever and Made for This are actually really good together now. And this was actually after the nerf, so it's at 100% speed, but either way, you still have Made for This. He slugged for quite a long time, multiple times. You have Bond, and yet, even though you know where your teammates are, you still go down in 2 seconds. And then you have Iron Will, but you can't hide worth shit. So why are you running Iron Will? The other Claudette and the Maria both had Sprint Burst, but did that really help them? Probably not. Their chases were still under a minute each. The Maria actually had the longest chase with, I think, 50 seconds. I didn't include that because I wanted to put in the parts why I hate solo queue. But yeah, the Maria actually had a good chase. She was like the only good one on our team besides me. We were the only 2 good ones. The Claudettes were absolutely fucking dog shit. You have Sprint Burst and Finesse. 2 very good perks in chase, and you still couldn't do anything. The Maria, Sprint Burst. Wow. You didn't really use that usefully, did you? And on top of that, he has Unbreakable, which he literally got slugged for a long time, and he still didn't get his Unbreakable off because he randomly stopped recovering at a certain point for no reason. And on top of that, he has a toolbox for sabotaging and Saboteur, and yet he didn't use them at all. At all. And, yeah, I mean, that's all I really have to say. I'm officially, well, maybe not officially, but I'm very close to becoming a killer main. So all those salty survivors that insult me for being a killer main, they're actually going to be right for once in their lives. So, yeah, you know what? Tell me in the comments your horrible solo queue matches. And no matter how unbelievable the story may be, I'll probably believe you because solo queue is absolutely fucking horrendous. I would much rather stub my toe 10 times a fucking hour than play solo queue for one match. It's like, it really just sucks. It sucks so bad. Like, let me just tell you, I didn't record these ones, but let me just tell you. I put on Deliverance. I am finally about to unhook someone. My teammate unhooks him. He doesn't know I have Deliverance, right? He doesn't know. But I shook my head no at him. To like indicate. I pointed at the hook, I shook my head no. Next time I was about to unhook someone, he literally waited at the hook for me to get there and then unhooked the guy right in my face. But then as soon as he got hooked, he gave up on first hook. It blows my mind. Like, if you're not going to be a team player, then don't play on a team. Go play killer. Like, play the solo role if you're gonna play solo pretty much anyways when you're playing Survivor, dude. It is just... I'm sorry, guys. It's just really frustrating when you deal with this every match, and I'm sure I'm not alone. I guarantee a lot of you out there deal with this shit every single day, and you're clinging to the Survivor main. You're just like, oh, I'm still Survivor main. I'm still Survivor main. Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard. It really is. I've been watching a lot of horror movies recently. I watched all the Halloween movies recently, and I'm just like, oh man, Michael Myers sounds pretty nice right now. I am a Michael main, so maybe I should just be a killer main entirely. I have 2 P100 survivors and no P100 killers, but that ain't gonna stop me. Because as you have seen, being Prestige 100 doesn't mean jack shit. So yeah, I said this video was gonna be short. I mean, I kind of lied. It was a little over 15 minutes, but you know. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed and like the video, and turn on those post notifications, and check out my Discord in the description below. I'll see all of you in the next one. Bye-bye.